what needs bring you here? Sunwell's glory shine.
How about now? Is that better? Hopefully that's working. All right, good. I don't know why sometimes it's got the like mute on the flip the mic and it like doesn't always recognize when you flip it back. So there's this world quest out here in Voidstorm. And if you have 80, level 80 plus alts, they can just come out here and do this world quest. You don't have to do anything like special. You don't even have to like find Liadrin and skip the intro. You can just go through the portal. Yeah, my dream is someday this becomes like a professional thing and I have like an actual mic. But for now, this will do. So it's this quest out here, Trench Run.
It is vital to our mission that you secure it.
It's very quick. You just run into these guys. They're all down through this trench. So even if there's a couple people out here running it, you're not going to run out of targets. Ugh, missed that one. You do your 20, and that's it.
This world is dangerous.
215 voidlight marl. Just like that. And you do this on a few alts, you get a pretty good chunk of marl that we can go spend at the decor vendors. So, yeah, I love this boat. It's so good. So Wowkea, which is a housing community run by MegaArt, she's running a contest, which is more like a raffle, this month to build a room based on the Haranir. And then you submit screenshots and videos if you want to her, and you can submit it in different social places and to get like more entries, and then they'll do a raffle at the end of the month to pick the winners. So I thought we could do that. Number one, just because I like the challenge of having a like a something that somebody else gives us as like a thing. I find that helps me like think of stuff I wouldn't normally try to do. And also it uses some of the new assets, so I was like, this sounds like a good plan. I do have some crafting items that are on my list that are Haranir. So I got the hanging bed from doing, I think that was from doing the moths. But there's also like a nesting bed from, I think, leatherworking that I want to do. And I think there was one other item. We can check as soon as we log in here. All right. Serious question. What brand of Dino Nuggies because we have arguments in this house about what brand we should be getting. Oh no, Tyson, you're on the side of Stinky. He is also a Tyson and or a Banquet. He's preferred Banquet lately. I so I tried the real good. They were not real good. They were like sweet, and I did not like it. Um, so I think Just Bear, or yeah, I think that's what they're called. Just Bear are winning for me right now. Ah, well, yes, it does help when somebody else does the shopping. So yeah, we have some Haranir items. I was thinking about doing, because I really wanted to do that strawberry shortcake build with the Rutani stuff, but I took a peek through WowDB and there's like a bunch of those assets are not available. We get like, I have the spore pod. You can get a um, a bird bath, a bird perch, um, and I think there was like one more item, but really was not much. So I was like, oh, well, that kind of sucks. So I was also doing the Legends quests. So if you're in Harandar, when you zone in at the den, up top, like where the quartermaster is, there's a quest to learn about the relics that the Zurishar are in charge of preserving. And almost every one of those had part of the story in one of those caves, like the double um, level caves. And I was like, I wonder if I could make one of those. Their inns are also pretty cool looking. So we'll today, once we get our marl, one of the things I want to do is go to Harandar and get some inspiration screenshots. So we will. That's what we'll be doing today. Next week, as a reminder, I am out on Wednesday, so I will be streaming Monday, Tuesday, Thursday next week. And we will be doing some shopping, we will be doing some building, and we will see what we can make happen for this challenge. I'll also read like Mego's full description of what they're looking for. It is a single room. Because at first I was like, oh, I could do like an outdoor room with an attached room. And I was like, oh, wait, can only be one room. So that's not going to work. But I do need to take a look at some of their architecture because I think a lot of the floors are wood, other than like in the den where it's like obviously a cave. But I don't think they're plank. I think they're like rings, like a stump. So we need to go scope it out, figure out what we need. Another absolute unit of amount here. Just punching these guys right out of the sky with our head. So I did the event out here yesterday. The what the heck is that thing called? It's like the anchor singularity save the place from the void thingy. I suppose I could look at the map and tell you what it's called. There's also these marl, these little voidlight marl balls that are around that will give you more marl if you just run through them. Granted, it's not much, but every little bit counts right now. Also, they're shiny. Nope, wrong one. No, wait, that is... Hang on. No, this one over here. With this guy in front of it. not the other guy. So now I'm into the remix characters. So these are the last few I have. See where we're at. I figure I should get probably 4,000 or so when this is all said and done, I think. Because some of my characters already had some amount of marl. So yeah, right now we're at 5636. So good chunk of change, as long as we don't get any of the like large items. So like that Thungarian pergola is like 2,500 marl by itself, so I'm not getting another one of those right now. Once the season starts, we'll probably be swimming in marl, but we are not right now. Mostly because I keep buying decor. So let me pull up Mego's post here. I will read you what she's asking for. Oh. Announcements, where are you? Yes. Okay. Here we go. So this is the monthly theme challenge. So the idea is they're going to pick an aesthetic each month for us to build around. So for March, they're asking for Haranir. So build your best Haranir themed room for a chance at a selection of digital prizes. So rather than a juried competition with a top 16 bracket, this challenge is intended for builders of all skill levels. Prizes will be awarded to 6 random entries. So if you're new to building, you'll have an equal shot with the pros. She regularly has these fairly, they're not just well known, but like extremely detailed and experienced builders that submit for her contests. So this is a nice way to help everyone kind of have an opportunity. Too close to Leandrin. I just realized. Okay, I'm good. I wanted to make sure I had my. Sometimes skywriting doesn't have the right buttons, and it drives me nuts when that happens. Seems to be like if I'm in study mode for too long and I go back to skywriting, all my buttons are just like all over the place. So anyhow, next week, Thursday, so the 12th, she's going to open a thread in the Wowkea Discord, which you can find through the newly opened WoW Portal Discord. They are one of the ambassador communities in there. So if you want to check it out, they have a ton of great information around housing in this Discord. And obviously they have challenges and things like that. So they're also, she recently created a Wowkea Blue Sky account. She has her own personal account, but this will be through the Wowkea account, so you can submit in Discord and in the Blue Sky thread to get more chances to win prizes. So she's asking for one room to fit the challenge. They want to know what places in game inspired that room, what dyes you're using, and then submit the screenshots and video in Discord and Blue Sky in the threads that they're going to open next week. And she said she is going to release more information about the prizes and things when they open that thread. So we'll learn more next Thursday. We'll take a peek at it on next Thursday's stream. But in the meantime, we have to figure out what our inspiration is going to be and what we want to build. So, see, I almost Almost forgot. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go do this thing. I gotta go set my hearth. There's our trading post extra for the month. This Belemeth flying quilt. It's very pretty.
Baladash, Malanore. Rest well.
With most of my gatherers, I'm not bothering to like grab their upgrades yet because that's not what I'm doing right now. Other than I grabbed lumber on one because it was like right there. But otherwise, I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just trying to get this marl so we can have a stash. I also need to check and see where abundance is today. We did it yesterday here in the Void Storm, and holy moly, there were so many people. And it was extremely laggy, but it was also so much abundance. Poor Dun Dun never got a break. He was just yelling the whole time. Also, I'm really glad that the shards of Dun Dun are pretty easy to get a hold of. I like my gathering alt that I have in Haranir. She already has like 4 or 5, and I've literally only been just doing gathering with her. So it's really nice to have the stuff drop just from doing like things that I would be doing anyhow, and then I get to go do a fun event.
This world is dangerous, but so are we.
We also did some math yesterday and realized because abundance wasn't available that first week, the 8 shards of Dun Dun we got in the first week in early release before and the night before reset of official launch. Any shards of Dun Dun you got there, you can use to do abundance this week, plus get your 8 for this week. So you could potentially do up to 16 abundance events this week. I feel like they learned a lot from Remix that they have put into this expansion. I'm seeing a lot of very similar mechanics that were very fun in Remix showing up here, and I'm very glad for it. So the abundance event, if you did Legion Remix, you know they had the like the giant sky demons fell guys where you had to like get the anchors first and then you could go through them, and then there was just bronze everywhere. Abundance feels a lot like that, except it's a timed event rather than being like a triggered event. So super fun, like, and very low stakes. It's you can take a group, you can take multiple groups because it's just like open world content, right? So you might be in there with your group. Our guild took 2 groups yesterday, but also tons of other people were in there. So people were doing the profession stuff, people were doing the rares, people were getting the treasures. Like it was just constant abundance. Dun Dun was very proud of us. I did last night. So I gathered like I don't know, a couple hundred lumber yesterday. And it was a lot. I also got like a full level on my druid just from gathering because lumber now gives XP just the same amount as the other gathering nodes. So I was gathering ore, herbs, and lumber together, and she got a full level from doing that. Uh, so it's viable. So somebody was asking in guild the other day like how we plan to level alts, and I was like, gathering? Because I wasn't sure if I would be able to, but yeah. In fact, I was just watching his stream before I started mine, and he said he leveled an alt all the way through 90 just with gathering, so that is totally possible if that's your bag. So with that lumber, my engineer, what I did so much recycling. So I used the bolts of linen cloth and the what's it called, cloud pigment, something like that. Um, it's the baseline pigment from Inscription. So what do I normally use? Oh, I know what I use. Where's the thingy? Here it is. Um, so oh yeah, Bree. Boots beat you to it. So my engineer used the pigment and the bolts of cloth to do a ton of discovery with recycling. And I got all 7 decor recipes. So I used all that lumber yesterday to make all 7 of those recipes. And then I went and got 30 more so I could make the silver moon curtains, the red curtains from tailoring, because I finally got enough of the bolts of cloth to make it. Oh man, it's a fight for first. Boots was the first one in chat. Oh, I didn't need to click on that. That's all right. Don't be sad, Bree. You still have one more emoji than him, so you're still winning. Badge. That's what those are called. Yeah, they are. It took me multiple days to get enough cloth to make them. So yeah. But yeah, I have them now. I have one set. Are they called curtains or yeah, the curtains? These. See, one set there. So if you just arrived, Bree, I am doing the one quest for voidlight marl in Voidstorm on all my characters, so I can have a little pot of marl to get items from the decor vendor to do the Haranir room build. This is a super easy world quest to do. It's up for, I think, the next day. It gives 215 marl per character. I'm basically doing it on everybody except my Shadowlands characters. Yeah. For, like, just running through stuff with your mount.
This area is compromised. It is vital to our mission that you secure it.
think this is the moth mount. If you have done the moths in Haranir, you do get a moth mount, and I'm pretty sure the green butt one is the one from there. I have a couple of other moth mounts from, I think one's from Shadowlands. I don't remember where the other one might have been Trading Post.
This world is
So that's it.
dangerous.
215
So
marl.
are we.
Plus there's a couple of spawns for these that are around. Sometimes there's one right behind the portal. Yes, I finished the Legends last night. And then I realized when I did the Cauldron, I missed one of the readables. I only got 2 in that one, and there are supposed to be 3 in all of them. So I need to go do that one again on a different character to see if I can get that last one. But yeah, 5 of 7. The last 2 are time gated by something. So yeah. We will take a peek at those because I did get the decor items from all of those. Some of them are not cute, but we'll see. Ah, so I don't feel so bad, Zaja. Yeah, same. Although the other 2 don't have any listed decor. I'm assuming when they're unlocked they will. But yeah, that's why I'm getting all this voidlight marl so I can have some spending power if I need duplicates to do this room, or if I need because especially for the Bridgerton house, the Silver Moon stuff was like very on point. So I used a lot of marl to get stuff from the Silver Moon Quartermaster. And then this challenge came up through Wowkea, and I was like, oh, well, I guess I have to go get some of the stuff that I haven't gotten from the Quartermaster for the Haranir. So I need marl. Also, uh, of note, if you're doing the soiree, you need about 1,000 of the brimming arcana, I think they're called, to um, get that, like get everything on each vendor. Obviously, it's all renown gated, but um, you're gonna need a lot of it, and you can do the like clean up the area of the soiree every day. That's just a bonus event, and it gives you brimming arcana. You can also do the weekly quests on every alt every week, and that gives XP, brimming arcana, and latent arcana. The latent arcana is what you use to empower the rune stones, and there's an achievement to empower all the different rune stones in the zone. So keep an eye out. Also of note, I did the yes, there's nerd points for everything. I did the Void Storm invasion event yesterday and noted that if you are doing prey while you're doing that, it's not active in that zone. So you don't have to worry about being ambushed while you're trying to fight off the void invasion. It's really nice, actually. Because there were a couple times I got into trouble with some of those big guys. Especially because people weren't like moving out away from the anchor. And so stuff was getting very close to the anchor and I kept having to try and stun it. Oh, damn it. Alright. See what I mean? My buttons got all messed up just because I'd been in study flight on her for a while because I was visiting houses and I wanted to peek around at what was going on. Um, so yeah, uh, I have been having so much fun with that prey system.
Rest well.
And you can do that starting at level 80 with your alts once it's unlocked with a single level 90. So I've been doing it with some alts. There are a couple I was like, oh, I don't. This might be too squishy to do this with. Uh, but including the Shadow Priest. But I did one. They only get they can only get normal. Um, like the hard did not unlock when I um went to turn it in. So yeah, until they get to level 90, I think they're just stuck with normal. Yeah, I agree. Although I did have a moment when I had the prey quest active and went to do abundance, and I was like, oh no, I might be ambushed while we're doing abundance, and it's laggy as hell in here. But it is also inactive if you're in abundance. So if you're worried about that, don't worry. You can go do that, and prey will not show up.
This world is dangerous, but so are we.
Um, the other part of the prey system that I was like, well, was if you're doing it on an alt, they get the same targets like at each level. So you don't see anything new really from what you get on your main. So it's by no means required. It's just a little variety if you want it. So these go very quickly, as you can see. And it gives me an opportunity to pull everybody over to Silver Moon, get their hearts set, um, and in some cases I have remembered to start tracking the marl on their bags. Not in every case, though. Thinking I went grocery shopping, and we have a like local kind of grocery store. It used to be a bigger chain, but they closed a bunch of the stores, so they only have a few around our area. But they have like a really good deli. And they had I actually don't know where they're from, but they had pickles that were um like from a local manufacturer. So, I got some pickles to try. I love a good pickle. I also watched Sperry streams for a bit today. She has been doing these like roundtable sessions with folks to kind of talk about like mental health and um, today she had Ma on there. Ma is part of the housing community. She made Ma's restaurant, if you've ever been there. And she has some health issues going on right now, and so and has had for many years, come to find out. So they talked about, what it's like to be part of WoW and have people not know that you are battling health issues, and like what role video games can play in um, helping people cope with physical and mental health issues. So it was a really good stream. Highly recommend if you see her up doing one of those table talks to check it out. Sperry is a therapist. I believe she's a social worker, but I don't know for sure.
All guests are welcome here.
And that's not what I wanted.
Sunwell's glory shine on you.
She just
Rest
always
well.
has really good insights. I enjoy it, and she cultivates a really nice community that's very welcoming. I love these horsies. I hate the way they barrel roll. But like they're so pretty. There we go.
This area is compromised. It is vital to our mission that you secure it.
And thank you to Persephone, who told the world about this opportunity to get a bunch of voidlight marl. She also has a channel and is very active in the housing community, so definitely recommend checking out her stream.
This world is dangerous, but so are we.
Got some community coupons for that too. Very nice. Cat sounds like he's getting into something. I think he might just be playing with this toy in the dining room. Stinky's taking a little nap, so Loki's out there with him. And Helia's in her heat hut. I got them, I think it was 2 birthdays ago. It's a little bed with the heated pad in the bottom. It's made for cats, so it doesn't get too warm. And she loves that thing. She's in it constantly. But Heimdall's wanted to play a lot lately. We played fetch yesterday. He was very happy. If you don't have a cat that plays fetch, you're missing out. He's my second cat that liked playing fetch. Although he's much worse at like bringing it back to me than our previous cat was. Prometheus would like bring it back to you to ask you to throw it again. Heimdall's like, come and get it, bitch. Like the meme of no take, only throw. It's fun. We make quite the mess when he wants to play fetch because again, no take, only throw. So you have to throw multiple of the. He likes the foam kind of balls you can get like in bulk at any pet supply store basically. They're like red with some blue and yellow bands around the center. And we have a stairwell, so I throw them to the top of the stairs so they like bounce down the stairs and he goes bananas.
Pleasantries can wait. Fight well.
Hmm. Yeah. We had our first round of cats. We had brought in a stray. It took a long time to like integrate. Um, but as that stray got older, she got less and less tolerant of the other cats. Um, she was also just the biggest cat. She was gigantic. She only liked kids. I have never met a cat that likes kids as much as that cat did. She absolutely loved like middle school age children. The cats we have now are terrified of people for the most part. They, well, especially Loki and Hel are just very shy. They just don't, uh, they barely tolerate us, much less anybody else. Heimdall's more social, but he's gotten so used to it being quiet and just us around here that when people do show up, he gets a little freaked out.
Paladash Malanore. Aldiel Shal.
This is the High Mountain Tauren uh, bird form. I think it is the cutest with its little tiny antlers. My Voltiran and my High Mountain Tauren keep their baseline uh, forms because they're so cute. The Haranir probably will too, although apparently they reverted the travel form, from my understanding, for them because there were like issues.
This area is compromised. It is vital to our mission that you secure it.
Although I have to say, after being on gigantic mounts, being in flight form feels very weird.
This world is dangerous, but so are we.
There's also a void pool that spawns right here. So if you have a fisher person, keep an eye out for that. In football news, Max Crosby is going to the Ravens, which is good because it's not in our division. But it's bad because a bunch of Lions fans wanted him on the team. But he was a very expensive addition for the Ravens. 2 first-round picks, one this year and one next year, plus some other compensation that was unspecified. So, yeah. He's a defensive end, or an edge defender, you may hear them called. And so they're on the defense, and their whole job is to stop guys that are carrying the ball that are in short field situations, and to get after the quarterback and make him uncomfortable. So we have one of those guys that's really good. Generally, you have like one at each end of your defensive line. So we really want somebody on that other side that can generate as much attention as the other one does. But yeah, that was too rich for my blood, certainly. But a lot of Lions fans were hoping for it. Max also went to Eastern Michigan University. So he's kind of a local hero because he came back after he made a bunch of money in the NFL and donated a bunch of money to the university. I want to say they like retired his jersey, something like that. Um, so that he is like dearly beloved in Michigan. So some folks are very sad that he's not going to be here. And I was reminded of this because I have not seen Trugwa, who told me about this breaking news very, very early this morning, around 4 a.m. or so. We are almost done with these. More chars in the M's. I think I only have 2 characters after her. For anybody that missed it, these are my remix characters. I didn't keep all of my remix characters, but I did keep some of them.
Remain vigilant.
Mostly the clothies, because I don't want to have to level them again. But also, they were the class order halls that I didn't have, and there were some of the achievements for decor you could not get in Remix. Specifically the one to level up your class order hall and the one to recruit for the adventure board. So I kept all of the clothies because I did not have anybody that could do the class order halls for that. Let's just burn down her health.
What needs bring you here? Sunwell's glory shine.
I feel
on
like
you.
there are constantly people doing cooking here. Maybe it's just all, but it's always busy in that cooking corner. I love these squirrels. They are so cute.
Catalog every newcomer. I want to know secrets among these latest arrivals.
We have a new quest in Silvermoon, I see. That was not there earlier. Also, I'm assuming that was Ramath that was like, catalog them all. Indeed it was. He is a stickler for the rules. Man after my own heart.
It is vital to our mission that you secure it. This world is dangerous, but so are we.
Also, I thought it was so a bunch of the remix characters, in fact, I think almost all of them, I just used the random name generator. And I thought Morchar was very, very good for a warlock. Literally Morchar. I think she's also a Dark Iron Dwarf.
Catalog every newcomer. I want to know secrets among these latest arrivals.
Oh, you can get some boots for this? Is that what that's says ankle guards? Yeah, boots. Some booties. More. I did notice. So I think it was on I think it was on my gatherer druid. Um, you know, you get attacked by stuff when you're out gathering. And she got a BOE set of warglaives. And I can't remember the last time I just had like warglaives drop from a mob. So my demon hunters are going to be well outfitted with warglaives this time around because that's the second set of warglaives I've gotten in this expansion. In Shadowlands, there were some rares that dropped them, but it was very unusual to actually get warglaives. I did spend all of my money at the trading post, and they have the all of the like sentinel weapons. So I did get it's technically a one-handed sword, but it looks like a warglaive. So they also have I also have those that I can use with them. Yep, see, I was in steady flight, and now all of my buttons are all out of frickin' whack. All right, what do I want? I want backstab. All right. Although I do have to say, there are certain characters whose personalities do not match the pink squirrel. I feel like this rogue is one of them. Pink squirrel feels a little off for her. I mentioned this earlier, but you do not have to talk to Liadrin to go to Silvermoon on an alt. In this case, because I'm porting into Stormwind rather than already having been there or being in Dornogal, I can just take the portal right here in the portal room. So that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna pop right in here. This is actually kind of nicer because it spits you out right by the inn, so I'm less likely to forget to actually set my hearth when I'm here. This was a remix rogue, so she has remix outfit on. I don't normally keep helmets on. I like actually seeing the character that I put all the work into designing. But she looks like a certified badass in this outfit, and I can't help but keep it on. This is more fitting, obviously. It's the rogue
Catalog every
mount.
newcomer. I want to know secrets among these latest arrivals.
Oh, Ramath. Also, I found out last night that you cannot complete the blessings, the altar of blessings, until after season 1 starts,
This area
because
is compromised.
one
It is
of
vital to
the
our mission that you secure it.
Loa that you need, you can't get the item that starts the quest to get their favor until the world bosses are available. So it may not even be like on the 17th, because I don't know which world boss is going to be up, but it's the Zulamon world boss that you need for that. So I did all but one. And I'm pretty sure that's just nerd points. We can take a look in a second here.
This world is dangerous, but so are we.
Ooh, both of them are up. Oh, and the one above the portal. So yeah, of note, 2 of the blessings, like in order to get them to trigger, one you have to get below 50% health, and then the other one you have to get to 15% or below on health. So where the altar is, there's like a temple right there. You can just go up to the top of the temple and jump off a couple of times to trigger those. If the world boss had been up, I probably just would have used that too.
I want to know secrets among these latest arrivals.
So it's called, what is that called? It's called Sacred Buffet Devotee. So it's just the one that the patient hunter one that we cannot get right now. And yeah, it's just nerd points. There's nothing associated with that. But it is a nice way to get like a feel for all the different blessings. And if you have done abundance and have enough of the currency, can't remember what it's called for those, you can purchase an item that starts a quest that you bring back to the altar to get Dun as one of your Loas for the blessings. So if you are looking to get that achievement, you will need that item from abundance. Not the shard spree, but the unalloyed abundance. Is that what it's called? The one that you buy from the vendor for Dun. Yeah. So most of mine is spent on the fused vitality because I need that for crafting profession tools. But I did spend, it's a pretty big chunk of change for the quest item, but it's worth it. Dun actually has really nice blessing as far as that goes. And speaking of shards of Dun, your alts can also get those separately from your main. So if you want to get even more abundances each week, you can get 8 on every alt, which for me is a lot. But right now, everybody's doing it. I would imagine when season 1 hits, we're probably going to see a drop off there. So now is a good time to do that. See, I know I had these all worked out when she was in Remix. I don't know why they revert. It's really annoying. So I wasn't going to keep this character because I was like, I don't need another demon hunter. And then I realized so I have a demon hunter that went through at least some of Legion, but she had not maxed out like her campaign and everything. So I was like, ugh, I guess I'll just keep this one and do the class hall upgrades and recruiting on her. But yeah, I really didn't need another one. She is super cute though. So there's that. Oh wait, she's also, oh, you know what? I haven't actually on any of my Horde characters gone into the Horde side of Silver Moon. I should probably check it out.
What needs bring you here? Al Diel Shala.
It's
Catalog every newcomer. I want to know secrets among these latest arrivals.
there's still a lot of like stay a while and listen items. So I still have the volume turned up quite a bit for dialogue. But eventually I will turn that down.
This area is compromised. It is vital to our mission that you secure it.
Because of these kind of world quest dialogues. They can get very tedious when you're doing them a lot.
This world is dangerous, but so are we.
That's right, we are dangerous. Don't want to mess with us. I don't know why I dismount before I use that portal. I don't actually have to. You can stay mounted and use that portal.
Catalog every newcomer. I want to know secrets among these latest arrivals.
Alright, last one. And we'll see what our haul is here. Also, I'm very glad they brought back the catalogers quests. I love those so much. Like finding like legendaries and epics, getting like great shots. I love that shit. Plus you get to see stuff because it's like phased, right? For that quest, you get to see stuff that you normally don't see. Sometimes you get to see stuff from like different angles that you wouldn't normally see, like when you're in Undermine and you do the one that flies you around up top near the pipes. So, yeah, I love those quests. I'm glad they brought them back. We haven't seen a climbing quest yet. Has anybody seen any of those? This is my mage from Remix, um, who I probably won't play very much because I don't play mage very much. But she has a bangin' transmog. It's kind of unfair that like some of the cloth items have some of the best transmogs because I don't play clothies often enough to really get to enjoy them. So yeah, it's a bummer. This one and one of my shadow priests has a freaking fantastic mog. It makes me a little sad that I don't play them more. But it's just not my jam, man. I like being up in the faces of the enemy and hitting them with sticks and stuff. But like, look at that. Look at how good this looks. Amazing. I feel like the cooldown is forever now on like the speed buffs, whether it's blink or the all the different specs seem to have had those that have them have their speed buffs nerfed a little bit during the rework. And this one's running Frost. My other mage runs Arcane. But I think I switched her to Frost because people were saying Frost is really good after the rework.
I want to know secrets among these latest arrivals.
Ah, there's our fishing pool. I am not going to fish it on this character because she is not trained up for midnight fishing.
Compromised. It is vital to our mission.
Probably
that
get
you
mostly
secure it.
grays. But also she wouldn't get leveling points, so. So if you need to level fishing, or you want to try and get the fishing mount, those pools are what they drop from.
This world is dangerous, but so are we.
Don't fly into those, by the way. Don't ask me how I know, but it's not a good day. It's not a good time. Fly into one of those. All right. Everybody has been through that quest now. Or everybody that I'm taking through it, anyhow. I have multiple characters that are out in Covenants and Shadowlands, and all they do is just get anima, because I'm still collecting
I want to know
items
secrets among these latest arrivals.
from the Covenant vendors. So let's see where we're at. 7,580 across all characters. Nice. So the last one is Ard, and then we will transfer all of that marl to her. I also haven't done Dark Moon Fair on her, so I need to go do that. I will do that after the stream. Seems to be a bit slow to load tonight. Starting out strong on the add-ons tonight, I see. Not even all the way logged in and getting errors. So yesterday, when I started, I needed like 430 lumber. And I think today I'm down, well, I can tell you exactly where I'm at. I'm down to 274. So I made a good dent in it yesterday. I do have the stitched Haranir rug and the sturdy Haranir chair. Why? What? Hang on. Says it's tracking 8 of them? Why are we tracking 8 of them? That will bring that lumber down. I don't know why. Why I had 8 of them? I must have... Yeah, I don't know. Let's take a look at them. Maybe I wanted more... What's that guy? I might need more eventually, but I'm not gonna make 8 right off the bat. I will make 1 so I can learn it. And so we can pull it out and see if we want to use it in our build. But I'm not gonna make multiples until I know we're gonna use them in our build. So yeah, that's much better. 134 lumber. Love to see it. And I think my prey right now is in...
Catalog every
Where
newcomer.
is
I
my
want to know
prey?
secrets among these latest arrivals.
Do I not have a... Hang on. Do I not have a prey right now? I did Void Storm last night. Ugh, apparently I don't. Alright, hang on. We're gonna go get that so I don't forget. We're gonna go see Daddy Astalor. I did get the pet from this yesterday. Yeah, I only have 2 left. 1 Void Storm. Alright, we're gonna be out here, and this is a hard one. Perfect.
Not even the fast riders are immune to corruption and treachery.
We love Astalor. I had the one in Zulam on last night. It's a rogue that's like one of the wretched, right? So if you've played through Suramar, these are the elves who like basically are mana starved and going crazy. And
This area is compromised. It is
it was
vital to our
kind of
mission that
sad
you secure it.
because like when she would so that they ambush you, right? And when I would defeat her ambush, she would be like, "So hungry, I must go," and I'm like, "Oh, dude, that's ugh." I like it better when they're all arrogant and like, "I'm not retreating. This is strategy." But for them to just be like, "Oh, I'm starving for mana," I felt bad, man.
This world is dangerous, but so are we.
All right, let's go to Haranir. I gotta gather up all of my marl.
Catalog every newcomer. I want to know secrets among these latest arrivals.
So total for Brimming Arcana, you're gonna need about 4,000 because it's about 1,000 per vendor. So between Ard and all of the alts just this week, I've gotten 1,200. So not bad at all. And I haven't done anything today yet. It's about, I think it's either 60 or 80 for the area cleanup quest. So even just running 4 or 5 dudes through there each day nets you a pretty good amount. Half a vendor's worth. So you won't have to wait. Nice. All right. We have, yeah, it's the unalloyed abundance is the done currency. All right, let's go down here. I don't know why, but in my brain, uh, the Void Storm portal is here, but it's not. It's here. Uh, so I'm always like coming to the wrong side of the Haranir portal to get to Voidstorm. I think I think I got all the pieces from the decor specialist, but let's take a peek real quick. They're directly across the way here. So the decor specialists in each zone are the ones that have the items from quests that you've done. Oh, look, there's one. Oh no, I have that one. It's just placed. That is placed in the Horde House. But if you have a quest that makes you select from a number of items, they will have it in here as so you can buy the other items. You don't have to miss out on them. So that's how I was able to get the all of the banners in Zulaman from the quest that made you choose from one of 3. Alright, so I do have everything there. I'm going to go up here to the quartermaster and I'll show you where these legends relics are. So this is the flight point down here coming out of the den. So you come up top here, and this building here is where we're going. There's an entrance on this side. And this is the reliquary of the Zurashari. And this guy here, Kasame, is the Zurashari that takes care of these relics. And so all the relics are lined up behind him. And clicking on them will allow you, if he has a quest for you, to research one of them. I've already done this on Ard, so he'll have like a daily quest, the blue exclamation point if you can get it from him. And then you can just go back here. So these 5, right, these 5 here are all available. I've already done this one on Ard. And so clicking on it now just gives you more information. And then these 2 are not available yet to anybody. So you have up to 5 you can get. On Tuesday, they're going to fix it so that you can only get 1 per week per account rather than 1 per week per character. And actually, while we're right here, let's take a look at some of this architecture. So they have multiples of these kind of grown homes, is what they look like. Let's grab a screenshot of that. And we will save this. Highly recommend having a place in your screenshots that's called like inspiration. So you have a place to put stuff. In this case, I already have one. I am going to put a folder inside here called Haranir build so that everything's together. I did the same for the Bridgerton build because I had a lot of screenshots from the show. Alright, here we go. This is Surashari. Gotta spell it right. Surashari. So we have these torch lily kind of things going on here. We have another flowering growth up top, some roots, some thorns. And then inside, I wanted to take a look at this because you can see it is a wooden floor, but it is not like the plank wooden floor that we see in our homes. So we're going to have to do some work if we want to recreate something like this. Although there are ways to do it. Thinking of this right here, actually, we noticed quite a while ago now that the bottom of the trellis you get in Stormwind that has the fish in the pond, if you flip that upside down, there is a wood grain in the bottom of that, and it is roughly circular. So you could use something like that here, and then we have the Haranir blanket, right? You could do some of these petal kind of protrusions using that blanket. All right, so we're going to save this screenshot. Zurashari floor. All right. I was mentioning earlier that my first thought was to do a Rutani setup, but there's not much available in the Rutani setup that we can get for decor right now. Could we kit bash a bunch of stuff? Kind of. The color of pink that they use is actually really hard to find in the other kits, so that would be the limitation, or the limiter would be getting that right. So I just got a screenshot of this because we have these like leaf-like shapes around this arched doorway. If anybody has done a Draenei build, you know arched doorways are really difficult to find things that'll work. But also we have these little vignettes here to either side, and so those can be good reference points as well. I do have prey in this zone, so I do need to keep my UI up for at least some of this. I do want to take a peek at some of these little setups here, because this is another possible option for inspiration, are these little like tent-like kind of deals with the string lights and the lanterns. Let's get a screenshot of that. All right, let's go this way. I'm just taking a look around to see if there's anything I want to. So one of the things that I've been trying, I'm like, how would I use some of these pieces that are like not that cute, not as cute? So this is a good example of like how you might use some of these pieces together, and how the sizes relate to each other, right? The scale of some of these things is quite large because some of these items are quite small, like the chairs. We'll see those when we get to the inn, are quite small. So here's this banner thingy that I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Maybe nothing. Like, you don't have to do something with everything, but I do wish we had more of these kind of crazy looking mushroomy like plant items. I also really like this. So here we have roots, we have the string lights, we've got some of the thorns. You could use rock here, obviously plants. So yeah, let's grab a screenshot of that. Haranir build. All right. I was on my way over here to the quartermaster when I got distracted. Everybody spit on Ruya. So she also has like a little fish-based styling going on here. You kind of got to see it from this side to see these fillets. But again, she has the lantern, she has the table. We got a basket full of fish. The fish rack, which I don't think is a thing. Yeah. let's talk to her, because there are some pieces I just don't have yet, and then there are some pieces we might need later. So there's quite a few that I don't have yet. I have enough to grab all these though. So let's, we've got the string o gourds, right? Again, you see these like dies in here. It's in a lot of their stuff. The herb rack, I was looking at this yesterday. I was like, oh, that is so cute. It's got little like green onion type dealy. The Fungarian barrel. The Fungarian sack. This is super cute. Yeah, the sealed fungal jar. It looks like a cookie jar that my grandma would have had. It's so cute. All right, so we have one of each of those now. Those are the decor items she has. I've gotten all the decor from the moth vendor. The others in this zone, I believe, are random drops from Dungeons and Delves. So, depending on what we need, we may have to go do some stuff for that. So we have also the chair and the rug from leatherworking, plus the other items that are, look at collected items for Haranir. So we have quite a few items to work with here. Between the things we got from the legends, including this lantern that's everywhere, from the moth lady, Wootem. So there's quite a few items in here that we can use, and I am thinking we can use some of the, right, because we have this like fungal kind of thing going on. One of the new packs on the shop also had like some fungal items happening. And this is not showing all the Fungarian stuff because like the pergola is not showing up in here. And culture-wise, there's not a Fungarian option. So, so yeah, we have the pergola. So this is, as I mentioned, one of the items from the shop that could match this aesthetic where we have these kind of other Fungarian type pieces potentially. We have the banners for both. We have this cute little chair. I love this thing, the vine fence. Super versatile piece. All right, so those are the pieces we have. I was mentioning that the legends happen, most of them happen in these like cave-like structures, so I want to go take a peek at one of those. I also want to hop into the inn over here. Once again, we have this like arched doorway and a very similar floor, but here's our sleeping situation here, right? These are the kind of knapsack style sleeping situation. They do have some with the hanging beds in the different cities. Not me trying to think of how to spell knapsack. All right. We have quite a few of these like crafting tables throughout. This is Oh, that was something we didn't see. So I know I have some of these like dye bowls and things. What are those called? They're not called dye, apparently. Pigment bowls. Pardonnez-moi. So yeah, we're probably gonna have to dig in a bit to find all of these pieces, because they are not showing up in our filters under Haranir in all cases. We have a little stool here as well. There's our roll pillow right there. Although this person is not using it as a pillow. All right, let's go look at one of those caves. So I know there's one up the falls here. Holy lag, Batman. Is there abundance out here today? Last time I was in a place this laggy, it was abundance day in that zone. I know that the lumber shows up over here, so that's what I was looking for. Holy shnikes. Yeah, Zool, so it's not here, so I don't know why we're so laggy here right now. Maybe everybody's out here getting lumber. I believe one of the caves was up here. Distracted by lumber. I was out here on my hunter yesterday and failed to get the book to tame these guys, but I definitely want some of these saptors. And I see I have some prey items around here as well. The coalescing anguish. Yeah, I was like, I will almost certainly be ambushed because this is terrible lag, and that is when ambushes happen. So yesterday I was doing prey on my druid, and she got ambushed and she was doing the traps and got like a used trap that she could then throw at them when they ambushed her to do like big time damage. So I don't know how to get that to happen on the regs, but it was real nice. If you have not done these yet, when you defeat somebody, you should look around for a red puddle looking thing. I don't want to call it a blood puddle, but here it is right here. This will let you like surprise your prey while they're recovering, and you can smack them, and it gives you a little extra anguish at the end. I have not done a nightmare version yet, obviously, because it's not available yet. But I can say that there is a distinct difference in the amount of effort it takes to fill the anguish gem here on normal versus hard, so I would imagine it's going to be a fairly lengthy process for Nightmare. So this actually goes down to where we do that like spirit walk. But look at that. Look at how pretty that is with the string lights, the lanterns, the banners. So let's get a screenshot of that. Den of Echoes. Right. This guy's probably like, what the shit is this dwarf doing just standing around? So I want to take a peek over here where the murals are. And then see if I can find one of those caves, the double layer cave. I'm pretty sure there are some down here. What if not? I can pop on an alt who hasn't done the cauldron since I missed an item there. Oh shit. Let's pay attention to getting ambushed. If you haven't done Prey, the other thing that happens that is different between normal and hard difficulty is that there are debuffs put on you at hard difficulty. And so one of them, Torment, basically every time you interact with something that gives you credit towards your prey, there it is up there, you get a stacking debuff that gives you 2% increase in damage taken. And yesterday I got up to 20% increased damage taken before I found my prey. So make sure you pack your health pots, because you're probably going to need them. Alright, I'm probably not going to get ambushed for the next couple minutes here, so let's take a look at the murals. So we got the murals, we got some mushrooms, lots of roots here. We will save that as murals. Again, I say I wish these had a more decipherable story in the mural themselves. Here we have a little vignette in one of the tents. Right, so we see the lantern, some of those the hanging dye pots that aren't dye, it's pigment art, some baskets and barrels, obviously the tent itself. I'm pretty sure this was a thing that we got somewhere. This is so impressive. I wish I could fit more of it in frame, because it is very pretty back here. I saw a prey item over here. I'm gonna go get that real quick. Oh, there's also more ore.
The roots of Teldrassil smolder today. Take to the air and douse the flames.
I'm surprised these are all minors. Usually you can find a major when you're on a difficult hunt, a hard hunt. If you do go for a major, just beware it's gonna pull an elite. So be careful. We're looking for, there it is. Little critter really wants to kill me. And in fact is still in combat with me. Which is why I keep dropping those blood pools, because that's another debuff that you get when you're doing difficult prey. I got lumber down here. We're gonna go get that. Apparently we're just gonna be stuck forever in combat. There we go. Finally. Alright. So this is one of the types of caves I was talking about. So this would be much easier to recreate with our current art assets, right? Compared to the wood floors. Get screenshot. Haranir build, Den of Echoes. Cave. Alright. And then down this way, we just have the delve. Alright. I want to find one of those caves that has the 2 layers, because I think that I can recreate that. Where is this? There it is. Because it's these caves are all over the place, right? In WoW, where it's like you can see through a hole in the top down into the lower level, and you saw them a bunch when you were doing quests with Mirrit, when you were doing the sniff and seekin with him. Ugh, it's behind this scepter. I do have a gatherer that I will bring out here later for lumber, but I'm not going to pass it up while I'm out here on Ard, for sure. I have a feeling some of these caves only show up in the like, it's kind of like an instanced version when you go into the legends. Oh, there's our Chicky Poo again. This should, well, no, we're not close enough yet. We're like 75%. But this tends to be an area where there are traps, so we can take a peek around, see if we can disarm any traps, because that all counts toward the hunt. So sometimes you can actually see which direction they went in approximately when they run away to more easily find their recovery spot. But sometimes when you're in a place that's kind of got a lot of foliage and whatnot around, it can be difficult to follow where they went. So just take a peek around. Sometimes they can show up underwater, so keep that in mind. All right. Spelunking. We are. All right, here's where one of the things happens. Aha, here's a cave. Oh. And there's some silver. All right, so this is one where we have two directions we could go. One goes up, one goes down. Gonna take a quick screenshot. Apparently I closed the application again. And then we'll pop up here. So this is not one where you can like see down into the other layer. Oh, we have a little sleeping meditation situation going on here with the mural. Wow, that's pretty. Wish we had some of these little like bioluminescent, almost like thistle looking plants. Oh, and here, look at with the light coming down, shining toward the mural, all these lovely hanging plants. That's another one, like I could see creating something similar to this, especially now that we have the moss clumps. Could definitely do something like this. And you can see over there is where the other side comes up. So if we go down here, this is the one with the trench next to it. If only I could herb. We have another little sleeping situation with a mural and some fungi. Our little water bottle gourd thingy. And then this just comes around to the other side of the cave we were just looking at. Oh, hey, who's this?
Speak swiftly. Go now.
little guy back here to guide people through their meditations, I'm assuming. Here we are. Here's the sun ray coming through to light this up with the mural in the back. We have this kind of like mossy, swampy deal going on. Right back where we started. Oh, lumber. We also have fishes. I know over here by the falls there are more caves for sure. Also, last night I was able to get multiple copies of Percival. There's like a little cauldron down here you can rescue him from. But if you do get him, oh look at he's so cute. If you get him on alts, which you can't learn another version of him, so you just have to vendor it. He is actually worth vendor money, which is nice. But yeah. I want to say it was the falls over where the little girl who wanted to find Alnhara's mount. Oh, the one that we're getting sky shards for. I want to say the cave was over there. So this may be one where when she runs away, we may have difficulty seeing which direction she goes in, especially if she goes in the water. Oh, conveniently, might have spawned directly underneath us. Yep. There you go. Did the camera angle? You mean this camera angle? I learned a thing, Trug. Do you want to know? Do you want to know? Huh? Yeah. So I found out in OBS you can flip horizontally and vertically your camera angle. So this way it puts me on the outside of the frame. So if I want to edit myself out, it makes it easier because I'm farther to the outside. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. And I learned this because I was playing around with using NVIDIA broadcast to do. You do notice things. Very good at the details. But yeah, the NVIDIA broadcast is similar to OBS, but it has where I used plugins for OBS to do things like blur the background. The NVIDIA broadcast has native functionality for that, and for like green screening. But if I green screen, then you see like chat and stuff. So in-game chat, guild chat. So I left it as is for now. Decided not to use NVIDIA. Also, it was more memory intensive to use NVIDIA than OBS. figure since I already have a 30 series graphic card from them and it's free to use broadcast if you have that, couldn't hurt to try it. You missed out on football talk earlier. Talking a little bit about Max Crosby. And right now I'm looking for inspiration for a Haranir room build. So I'm looking for one of the caves that has 2 levels where you can like see down into one level from the other. I know there are some around here. This might be one here. It is not. There is silver. I did a bunch of crafting last night for decor. Thank you for the tailoring recipe. I did send you a copy of that item. It's very cute. Chug gave me the saddlebag tailoring recipe, which is the companion to the backpack. They look like the night elf ones, but they're like a lavender color rather than the darker purple.
Let your prey believe you're blind to their strike, then make them regret every misstep.
Oh, ass lore. Alright, I think one of the caves was around here. Because this is where the little girl wanted us to find the mount. Ah, here's traps. Alright. That should just about do it. Very close. Where there's one trap, there's usually more, so it's worth taking a look around. We can also just kill stuff to try and fake out our prey into ambushing us. Since this is a world quest area, there she is. I miss GTFO, I have to say. And there she goes. So this time we can actually see where she's going here. Oh, we're gonna kill this Zaptor first, and then we'll smack her. That should just about do it. Should be able to then get her pinpointed. Oh, rude.
My magic reveals their little hiding spot. Go cover it in blood.
Yeah. Let's do it. Alright. We're gonna go kill her. Oh, she's way up here. Alright, we're gonna look for caves along the way. So I'm gonna start over here. Of note, once you have found their hiding spot, they're not gonna come ambush you anymore. So you can take as leisurely a pace as you want to go find them. I didn't remember that like little sandstorm in the water up there. I could have sworn there was one of those caves down here with the Fungarians. Let's see what this cave is. Oh yeah, I found these yesterday. Waddles is all over up here. They are a gray when you tame them. Gray quality. Yeah. So this is also not... Oh wait, no, this is also not one of the caves that I'm looking for. But once again, we have ore. That's something. We have very similar vignettes to what we saw in the other cave, so I'm not gonna take more screenshots here because it's already documented. I feel like one of the legends was in this area. Alright, I might take a screenshot of this one though, because that looks really cool with that big mushroom there. Do you want to come on stream, Trugwa? Oh, I see. Trug is getting pets and tormenting me with their acquisition. I know you would. Yeah, it's a real bummer that the new pets are not tradable. So even if you have multiples, you can't send somebody one of them. Not even an alt. Obviously, they have access, but stuck. There. No, the kick and can you get from fishing, and it's just a toy. Doesn't do anything. Yes. I mean, well, did you do your Legends quests, Trug, and get those done? Yeah, in Haranir. Good. It is one a week starting on Tuesday, but before then, you can do one a week per alt. So you can do a bunch of them now, depending on how many 80 plus alts you have. Here's another cave. Ah, finally! The cave I am looking for. Alright, see we have the split here. This one goes up above the one down here. So we're gonna go up this way. Here we see the Fungarian barrels, right? The little crock. That's like the little jar we got. So here's screenshot here. Oh, good reminder. Drinking water. All right, this is the upper cave. And then you can see this looks down into the lower cave, right? It's open. And then we're going to go downstairs and take a look at that end and get a screenshot down here. Because I think this is both a strong possibility for a build and unlikely to be something other folks would think to build, right? I think a lot of people are going to go first to that like tent kind of vignette. Whereas I really like these caves. This is lower. Let's see. How do I want to capture this? Good night. See you in a bit. All right. We have our screenshots, which is excellent. Now we have our inspiration. So Monday, we will start figuring out how to build this thing and what exactly we want to build. Because again, we don't have these exact assets, but we have stuff that's close enough that I think we can make this work. And I'm gonna get one. Oop, let's avoid the Fungarian respawn there. Get one from here, looking in. Awesome. All right. Let's go kill a bitch. Oh, we also have some lumber somewhere. And our target appears to be up this way somewhere amongst the frickin' mushroom caps. If you have an herbalist out here, let me tell you, the levels of those mushrooms are gonna drive you bananas because they put herbs all up and down those. Oh, that's new. Ow. There we go. Dead.
Oh, a shame. But a necessity. Their sacrifice will be remembered.
I love him so much. All right. I think we will call it there for the night. Monday night this week, 6:30, we will start the build and see what we can do. If you have thoughts or ideas, hit me up on Blue Sky or in Discord if you are a guildie, and let me know if you think there are specific pieces I should be hunting down in the meantime. Based on kind of what we saw today, probably starting with that cave build, that dual level cave build. So thank you all so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Going on a little adventure, getting all of our marl together. And now I'm going to go gather up some lumber so I can finish those last couple of Haranir leatherworking pieces. So I will see you on Monday. Good night.
The Twilight's blade serves Zelatath, but even lackeys wield power. Let us take what's theirs. Ah, anguish still lingers on you.